Alright, so I'm back. Not quite sure what happened there. My phone just went blank and I had to unlock it and start the video over again. So I apologize, guys, but it happens. If you guys are wondering, I'm using a Samsung Galaxy S6 Edge Plus. If that maybe would persuade your future of buying phones. I came from an iPhone, which I liked. The only thing I didn't like about the iPhone was how locked down it was. You had to like use iTunes to sync music and all that crap, which I didn't like to do. So I figured I'd try the Samsung, and it's completely different, and it is definitely harder to use, but it's a lot more freedom, that's for sure. So anyway, so yeah, today my foot is still hurting. It's slowly getting better. I can move my toes now, but they're still swollen. I'm still hobbling around like an old man. So I'm not sure if I just overdid it with walking, or if I stepped on something in the junkyard and like it bent my toes wrong or whatever, but yeah, so I'm dealing with that. I'm supposed to be bowling tonight, but I'm probably not going to be able to bowl because I just don't want to risk injuring it worse. And it does kind of seem like it's getting a little better. Oh, excuse me. I threw my back out, like actually bowling, like almost a month ago, and it took me it's been like a month and a week now, and it's just getting to the point where it's almost completely healed. So I mean, I could expect my foot to take this long to heal. I mean, obviously if that redness starts getting worse or anything, like my toe starts turning weird colors or something, I'm gonna have to go to the doctor. But I'm one of those people that I put off going to the doctor as much as I can. I just don't like going there, and most of the time the problems fix themselves. And I know that's stupid to think sometimes, but it is true, you know. I mean, I could go and have this looked at, and they'll say, oh, well, you just sprained it, or maybe you broke your toe or something. But I don't know. But anyway, yeah, so that's that. So I didn't do a whole lot over the weekend because of my injury, my foot, and just I wanted to start ripping the engine out of my wife's old Suburban that's in the driveway, so I can get that engine and transmission out and get all the parts out that I want to get out, and get that going to the scrapyard to make some extra room in the driveway, because we're running out of room. And now her license plate that was on the Suburban, she transferred to her Volvo, so it's sitting there without a tag. And I know it's only a time limit until oh shit, yeah, the road closed still. Damn it, I forgot about that. Yeah, they conveniently don't have signs until you get up to where you need to be that the road's closed. So then people have to sit there and turn around. Oh, yeah. But anyway, so I know it's only there's only a short time frame here that it's going to be until somebody says, oh, they got a car sitting there without a tag on it. You know, report you to the township. But yeah, so I want to get that done, get it out of here, get it going, and after that I'm going to start working on my S10, which you guys will see in one of my upcoming videos. So stay tuned for that. That I actually pretty much completely stripped down to the frame, took the cab to bed off, everything, stripped the interior, and I did that to repair some rust. The cab corners were rusted and everything. Then I decided, well, I've got it this far apart, I might as well do the body drop. So I'm going to body drop it. So that's basically where I'm at. I got most of the rust repairs done for the cab. I just have a couple little welds here and there to fill a couple holes and stuff yet, but I'm almost ready to start the body drop. Well, I pretty much am. I just got to brace the inside of the cab with some metal, and then I'm gonna start the body drop. So that's that. Obviously I'm driving my Suburban, so that was fixed. The fuel leak issue that I was working on last time that it only took me about a half hour once I got back. It helps when you have the right tools and everything that you need. One thing I was working without was a pipe cutter. I didn't have like a pipe cutter. I do have a cutoff wheel, but using that, throwing sparks on a fuel line is a little scary. I mean, I've done it before. Not the brightest idea, but I didn't really want to chance it. And not only because of the explosion factor, but because there's 2 other fuel lines right there that I could risk accidentally nicking them, and then I'm now not just replacing one line, but I'm replacing another. So I had to go to the store to get fuel line anyway, so I figured while I'm there, I'll pick up a pipe cutter. So I got a little pipe cutter like this big. It's not big at all, and that cut right through it. So basically came back, cut the pipe with that, and made a nice smooth cut, and just hooked my line up, put the hose clamp on it, routed the line up where it should be. I zip tied it to the other fuel lines in a couple spots to keep it from rubbing against like the frame and wearing a hole in the hose or anything. And then just took the other end up and hose clamped that, and she was done. So like a half hour. Compare that to the hour at least that I spent without the right tools, trying to bend the line and break it without crimping it. And I actually did crimp it in the one spot, so then I had to try to spread it open, and that didn't work, so then I just broke it off a little further down. It was a mess, which I knew it would be. I knew going into that. I've already repaired my fuel line once on this in one spot, and this was just the next section to go, so I already knew what I was getting myself into. I should have just, before I even started, I should have just went and bought the 10 foot of fuel line and had it, and had the pipe wrench and the pipe cutter, and just had everything I needed right then and there to start it and do it right. And maybe I wouldn't have had to replace as much if I did it that way, but the way I kind of look at it, if the line was that weak that just by me moving it a little bit and it caused it to leak further down, it wouldn't have lasted, much longer anyway of normal driving. I mean, heck, probably hit a big bump and it would start leaking further down, and then a couple weeks later I'd be back under there repairing the same thing again, just further down. So if anything, I eliminated hopefully any future problems with that fuel line. The front seems to be pretty solid, but yeah, we took this to the concert and it did good, ran good, everything, no problems, no issues, nothing. The only issues I'm having now, I have to go to the junkyard and there's a wire that controls the park, the little needle there. You see the park reverse neutral indicator that hooks to your shifter. That wire actually broke, and I actually believe my base in here, the extreme base that I have, is kind of the cause of that. It jiggles the park shift selector up and down when I have it up loud enough. So I think just from it moving up and down, that put extra wear and tear on this wire and just made it snap. Now I kind of rigged it up, but as you can see, it's not exactly in the D where it should be. It's like in between the neutral and the drive. So I gotta go to the junkyard and get one of them. It also, I don't know if you can see my roof lights there. The back one is actually broken in half. It actually, there's a bezel, like a trim piece that goes around those lights. It broke both of them off actually. They're not, I can't put them back on. It snapped them. There's these little tabs that they fit into, and it snapped them. And it broke the backlight in half. So I actually it was just hanging by a wire, so I just snipped the wire and taped it up and stuffed it up in the headliner. So my base is slowly tearing my vehicle apart. It also broke my hands-free remote control off the wheel. So that sucks. That mounts on the steering wheel. But yeah, so that's part of being a basehead, I guess. You break stuff. But anyway, I'm at work now, so I'm gonna end it. Hope you guys enjoyed and stay tuned for more.